Hello friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. I'm a fine fragrance connoisseur and aficionado. I'm actually just smelling basil right now. You don't believe me? That's basil. But we ain't talking basil today, we're talking compliments. And today I have for you 25 of the biggest compliment pulling designer fragrances on the market today. We got some cheapies, we got some newer fragrances, and we have some fragrances that have been out for a minute. But each one of these, a certified compliment beast. Now guys, I have each one of these linked in the description below. Feel free to check it out down there. And I hope you don't mind if I hit you with some shameless self-promotion. My fragrance Blue Ridge and also Terra Nova, both of those fragrances were made with compliments in mind, especially Blue Ridge. So do check these ones out if you're looking for compliment getting fragrances. Blue Ridge, great for spring and summertime. You can find them in every Perfumania or fragrance outlet store in the entire US, or you can find them linked in the description where you can use the code GENTS for 20% off. Why'd I do that? 25 fragrances. We're gonna try to hurry through these. Set your timers. Let's go. First up, Dior Sauvage Elixir. Powerful fragrance, great performance, lasts forever. Really good for fall and winter time, maybe early spring as well. Has kind of a throwback feel to it, modernized with a twist. Extremely classy. You can easily wear this formally, even though it is pricey because it's so strong. You only need a couple sprays. Also, shout out to basically the entire Dior Sauvage line. Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, Parfum. Those will also get you a ton of compliments. So Dior Sauvage in general, that's the first one. And then we got to get this one in there. Why Eau de Parfum from Yves Saint Laurent. Massively popular blue fragrance, extreme versatility. Basically, you can use this year round. It's got apple off the top, which gives it an interesting opening. A little bit different from your more typical grapefruit opening. Grapefruit or bergamot, I should say. Those are both extremely popular. And this does have citrus too to go along with that apple. Pretty sweet and with good performance. It's one that during summer, maybe don't wear quite as heavy as you would during the winter time, but this is one of the biggest compliment pulling fragrances ever. For me, this stuff is awesome. After that, Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum. One of the best date night fragrances that has ever been made. This stuff still works just as well today as when it first came out. It's very warm and sweet, a good amount of spices in here, tobacco and amber as well. The one Eau de Toilette oftentimes is cheaper than this one, so if you're balling on a budget, maybe go for that one. But if you have a little bit extra to spend, the Eau de Parfum is the way that I would point you to. A little bit better performance, a little higher quality, a little more depth, a little more goes a long way with this one. So the one Eau de Parfum, gotta check this stuff out. Up next, a cheapie, Mont Blanc's Legend Eau de Toilette. Now, this fragrance smells similar to a very popular fragrance, Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. So essentially, this is gonna get you everything that Fierce gets you, only it costs less, which is a good thing in my book. It's clean, has a good amount of sweetness. The lavender here really smells fantastic. Legend is a fragrance that just about anybody is gonna like, and the versatility here is close to being as good as you can get. Basically, daytime, nighttime, any season, this stuff will work. So Mont Blanc Legend, still a certified banger. And so is this one, Versace Eros. Now with Versace Eros, I'm gonna say pretty much the same thing that I said with Dior Sauvage. If you wanna go with the Eau de Parfum, that'll work. If you wanna go with the Parfum, that'll work. If you wanna go with Eros Flame, that will work. Eros in general, the fragrances that have come out so far in the Eros line, all of them are great at pulling compliments. Now this one's quite sweet, has a good amount of mint in here and vanilla. A lot of people will wear this as a clubbing scent or a night out scent because it does have great performance, very good projection and longevity. So it helps cut through a crowd, helps draw attention. I've said this a bunch of times, but I guess it's worth repeating in this video. Oftentimes when it comes to men's fragrances, the best compliment pullers, and this is not all the time, but most of the time, the best ones seem to be either fresh fragrances or sweet fragrances or a mix of the two. So if you have something that is neither sweet nor fresh, oftentimes those will struggle as far as pulling unsolicited compliments goes compared to fragrances that are. And Eros kind of straddles that line between fresh and sweet, doing both at the same time, a little more toward the sweet side though. Also, quick PSA, typically compliments are going to come from people you know. Family members, friends, loved ones, etc., even people that you're acquainted with but maybe not friends with. Basically, if they know you, they're more likely to approach you and give you a compliment. Also, and I know it's common sense, but still, if you have a more outgoing personality, you're more likely to get compliments. If you're well dressed, you're more likely to get compliments. If you're wearing something that's not so nice looking and you're coming across really aggressive, people are probably not going to come up and be like, hey man, coming off like a total a-hole, and you got mud and I think that's feces just kind of smeared all over you. But I gotta say, other than the feces, what you're wearing smells real nice, man. What is that? It smells so good. Probably not gonna happen. Let's keep going. Herrera up next, Bad Boy Eau de Toilette. There are some other fragrances in the Bad Boy line that are maybe more interesting than this one, that do things a little bit more differently than this one. But if you're just looking for compliments, that's all you care about, then the original Bad Boy is still gonna be your best bet. And I would follow that up with probably Bad Boy Cobalt. That would be the next one if you're just looking for compliments. Bad Boy Eau de Toilette, pretty easy going, easy to pull off. A really nice fall and winter time fragrance, a good evening fragrance. Has a good amount of tonka in here as well as cacao. And it also has a showy bottle. So if you've got it somewhere where people can see it, it screams out, pay attention to me, look, I'm a lightning bolt. Up next, good old Acqua di Gio Profundo. Now, Acqua di Gio Parfum is coming out really soon. As of when I'm filming this, I haven't smelled it. It's not been made public yet. As far as going on sale, I mean, it's obviously public, people know about it. So that one could be better, but I don't know. I will say Profundo, though, at least for me, is the best at pulling compliments of the current Acqua di Gio iterations. A modernized take on the Acqua di Gio DNA, very fresh, very clean, with a bit of a minerality and a green edge. I think it is perfect for spring, summer, and early fall. Now, if you want a fragrance that has that blue fragrance versatility and compliment factor, and by that I mean something you can wear just about anywhere that people are going to enjoy, mass appealing, you know the drill. But you don't want to spend as much money. You don't want to spend the cash that it's going to take to get Sauvage or YSL. Get this, Coach for men. It's got cardamom, vetiver, and nashi pear as some of the notes in the fragrance. So yeah, it's got a little different twist there off the top. You can typically find it at discounters for a pretty good price. It's a great compliment puller. It's maybe not something that's extremely unique across the wide, ever-expanding universe of men's fragrances. But for the price point, the quality is good, the usability is good, and the compliment factor is absolutely there. Coach for men, really nice pickup. Let's follow that one up with Gentleman Eau de Toilette. Now with this line, most of the love goes to Gentleman Eau de Parfum, which has that really rich iris note, that deeper iris note. A little creamier, a little bit more makeup-y if you want to call it that. And that one can work extremely well in the right situations, absolutely. But when you look across multiple seasons and situations and places that you might wear the fragrance, the Eau de Toilette is going to be better overall at pulling compliments. Now, I'm not saying that the Eau de Toilette is superior to the Eau de Parfum as far as my own personal taste, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there as well. But this one is fresher. It's not as creamy, not as lipsticky, has a very attention-grabbing opening, and it does have a classy sort of feel to it. So Gentleman Eau de Toilette for this line, probably going to be the easiest one to pull compliments with for most of you out there. For me personally, my own personal taste, I think Reserve Privé is better. I think the Eau de Parfum is better, and I'd probably go Eau de Toilette Intense as well, but you know, this video's not about me, it's about compliments. After that one, Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum. Woo! Dang. This is really nice smelling. This one is going to be a warmer, sweeter, kind of spicy scent with an emphasis on woods, like the original Burberry Hero Eau de Toilette. Only this one, I think, does take the scent profile a little bit further, and it is an improvement over the Eau de Toilette. Once again, great versatility here. Spring, fall, and winter, I'd say, is the best time for it. Daytime or nighttime, and it's office safe as well. Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum, another fragrance that's actually very popular in retail settings. Even if it doesn't get a lot of love on YouTube, this stuff works. 10 in, 15 to go. Let's speed it up. Gotta get this one out of the way. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Yes, we have Sauvage, Y, and Bleu de Chanel in this video. And yes, Y, Bleu de Chanel, and Sauvage are the three best-selling men's fragrances in the United States. But the reason they keep selling so well is because people love them. They're drawn to these fragrances. They're magnetic. They pull compliments. They pull attention. They're extremely versatile. For a lot of guys out there who are maybe not really into fragrances, if they wanted only one scent, that's it. One fragrance. That's all they're gonna wear. Bleu de Chanel, Y, and Sauvage can be that. Daytime, nighttime, any season, formal, casual, work, doesn't matter. Those three can do it. And Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, of the three, probably the most versatile because it is a little classier. It's not quite as sweet as Y Eau de Parfum. It's not quite as aggressive as Sauvage, Eau de Toilette, or Elixir. So Bleu de Chanel, if you're looking for just one fragrance, this is probably gonna be your best bet. Now, of course, with any fragrance, you should test them first. Don't just like buy one random fragrance, spray it on and go, actually, I kind of hate it, but I'm gonna roll with it, baby. Like, make sure you like it first, obviously. Let's follow that up with Valentino Born in Roma Intense. New fragrance for this year. This is killer in the air. It is so much better than the original Born in Roma. It's not even close. And the more that I smell this stuff, the more I like it. Yeah, ooh. It's sweet, you know, a little bit playful, extremely easy to wear, just a compliment monster. Obviously, things could change, but as I sit here right now, getting close to halfway through the year, I'd say this is easily for me a top 3 designer release on the year. And I'd have to sit and like contrast and compare all the fragrances that came out, talking designers, but this has got a chance, man. This has got a chance to be my favorite. The more I wear it, the better it gets. Let's go with the cheaper one next, Sony Wave. Similar to Versace Pour Homme, similar to Chanel Allure Homme Sport, kind of splits the difference. Very good performance for a fresh fragrance, has a great aquatic, clean vibe to it while still having enough depth for it to be interesting. You know, it's not just very light and fleeting. Classy touch to it, great looking presentation with a magnetic cap. What more can you ask for? And again, from discounters, pretty cheap. Big compliment puller, great summer scent. Ralph Lauren up next, Ralph's Club. Done by the same perfumer that did Y Eau de Parfum, and it's kind of in the same vein, the same style, the same family. So this is going to be another extremely versatile, mass appealing, kind of blue fragrance, even though it's not in a blue bottle. Not quite as sweet as Y Eau de Parfum is, and a little bit more of an aromatic feel to it. I think this stuff is fantastic if you're looking for something versatile, and I love the presentation. Really classy looking. Then I gotta hit you with this one, Armani Code Eau de Toilette. Yes, essentially just a rebottling, maybe slightly modernized version of Code EDT, which has been out for a minute now. And yeah, they didn't give it a magnetic cap. They gave the Parfum a magnetic cap, but the EDT, I guess. And yeah, it's got some issues with that, like the collar around my atomizer is loose, but if we're just talking the fragrance here, this one, people love Armani Code just as much today as when it first came out. And while it does have some sweetness, you know, it's got tonka in there, this one is not quite as sweet as most of the other ones that I've been talking about. So this is one that bucks the trend a little bit. Massive compliment puller, not fresh though, and not too sweet. Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Toilette. Very sweet and spicy, as you would expect, and it makes use of a lot of red notes because it's infrared is red. So you have chili in here, you got pink pepper, you've got saffron. Wonderful for fall and winter time, good daytime or nighttime, and the sweetness here gives it a little bit of a youthful tinge. After that, a fragrance I'm not huge on, 1 Million Parfum. I'm blinding you. 1 Million Parfum has a little bit of a sunscreen vibe to it, like you've been at the beach and you've spilled some sunscreen on your body. Also with a leather touch and kind of a solar flair to it. So a great beach fragrance. It does, once again, have a decent amount of sweetness. I don't particularly like it, but it is a big time compliment puller. Just not from me. I'm not gonna compliment you. Let's do a Tom Ford next. Ombre Leather. One of the best designer leather fragrances on the market today. So smooth. The quality here is great, and it's also expensive because it's Tom Ford. A lot of leather fragrances may not do quite that well when you're talking compliments. I mean, some of them do, to be fair, but a lot of them that lean more on the animalic side, the dirty side, they're not gonna do quite so well with compliments as, I don't know, Y Eau de Parfum. But Ombre Leather, this one can. This one can hang with the big boys when we're talking compliments. So if you're wanting a leather scent that will get you that attention, check this out. The Scent Magnetic. Up next, another new release. Ooh, gosh. So this is one I wouldn't call divisive, but I would say that if you love this one, it's gonna be one of those fragrances where you just go crazy for it. Like my wife, she's about this, okay? And other people that have smelled this have also had a reaction where it's just like, you know, double take. But at the same time, there have been some people that have smelled it and they've been kind of nonplussed by it. So the Scent Magnetic, I think more so than most of the other fragrances here, is gonna be one of those ones where if it hits, it is gonna hit hard. But you do run more of a risk with some people saying, not really for me, compared to a lot of these others. I think this stuff is great. It makes use of a note bran, like raisin bran, like the bran and raisin bran, yeah, bran. And then Meninka, of course, tying it together with the scent fragrances and a really nice vanilla. Follow that up with Terre d'Hermès Eau Givre. Just holding it backwards. Bah, bah, bah. Great citrus opening here. The citron is just off the chain, natural smelling, bright, zingy, tangy. Smells fantastic. If you like citrus, you should love the opening here. And then the dry down is just a clean, easygoing modern wood. Very easy to pull off during spring, summer, and also good to the office. Final 5. Le Male Le Parfum. What can you say about Le Male Le Parfum? The stuff slaps. Updated take on, which I guess if you're being technical about it, you would say Le Mont du Parfum. I only took 1 year of French in high school, so we're just gonna say Le Mont le Parfum. So really nice updated take on the original. Like I said, addition of iris in here, fantastic. Extremely classy, has a great spicy touch that's not overwhelming. Sophisticated, sexy, perfect for an evening out in the cooler months. And let's follow it up with another from the same house, Scandal Le Parfum. Le Parfum. Now the first Scandal, also big time compliment puller. So if you don't want this one, you can check that one. This one is gonna be what you would expect, a little bit more mature, a little bit richer, but perhaps you want something a little bit more youthful, a little bit more playful, then you go for the original. And Scandal, I would say, is one of those fragrance lines that maybe doesn't get quite as much hype as it should as far as compliments go, because this line you can put up against some of the big dogs and it holds its own. Ooh, one I love up next, Invictus Victory Elixir. Now, I know I said Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Intense, could be fragrance of the year. Now that I'm smelling the Scent Magnetic and Invictus Victory Elixir side by side with it, I don't know. This is tough. But this is great. This one has a really nice sweetness to it and like a zinginess, like it's very alive. When you spray it on, it's almost effervescent, carbonated in a way. Amber, tonka, vanilla coming through, almost a fruity kind of sweetness, touch of spice. Oof, that is really good. And it's been compared to Le Beau Le Parfum from Jean Paul Gaultier. So sort of like a mix of that and Invictus Victory. Follow that up with the Most Wanted Le Parfum. What's up with all these parfums right at the end here? It's not intentional. This, a really nice gourmandy kind of fragrance or gourmand touch to it. Another one that's kind of cozy and sweet and sexy. Bit of a smoky woodiness to it as well as it starts to dry down. This one and also the original, the Most Wanted, both great for a night out in fall and winter time. Last fragrance, Luna Rossa Ocean. This is the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum just came out. So we started with a blue fragrance line and we end with a blue fragrance line. Well, Luna Rossa maybe is not a blue fragrance line, but Luna Rossa Ocean, Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum, that is. So this is Prada's blue fragrance. It does have a Prada touch to it. It's got iris in here and it's got a nice clean vibe, a little touch of Prada soapiness sprinkled in there. And that's gonna be another one that is basically usable year round, daytime or nighttime. Of course, some people are gonna say, nah, it's more spring, summer, daytime. But look, when it comes to a blue fragrance, between you and me, nobody is gonna stop you and be like, wait a second, man, is that Luna Rossa Ocean that you were wearing to the office on November 13th? I don't think so. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Never gonna happen. So there we go. Really long video, but there are 25 of the best compliment pulling fragrances that you can buy today that are designers. Taking up too much of your time, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you again tomorrow with another video. I'll see you later.